What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you for February 9th, Thursday, February 9th, 2023. We got 4 games going on in the association, and as you can see, Prize Picks has not released any props for us. Tomorrow's the trade deadline, so I'm assuming that there's still a lot of things that have to get done. Prize Picks probably won't be dropping any props for us until all that dust is settled. So I thought what we can do is head on over to team rankings and just start looking at some stats that stood out to me. And I'll share some takeaways with you. And I know we don't have props in front of us, but based off this information, I have a few players that I'm wanting to target tomorrow, considering their props are in a good range for us. So let's start in Denver. Well, let's start in Orlando, where Denver will be visiting, taking on the Magic. Denver is a pretty solid defense. However, they are giving up quite a bit in terms of field goal percentage allowed. So right now, they're currently 24th in the NBA in field goal percentage allowed, and that's about it. That is about it. They're a really good team. They're a really good defense. On the other side, Orlando is hemorrhaging production to the three-point made stat. 29th in the NBA in three-pointers allowed and made. And when I see that stat and I hear that stat, I immediately want to play Michael Porter Jr. So in play prop number 1, Michael Porter Jr. over his three-pointers made. I don't know what they'll be, but if they're in the 1.5, if they're 1.5, I'm playing that without hesitation. 2.5 is probably where they will be, and I still like it at 2.5. 3.5, I don't think his three-point prop has ever been 3.5, but let's hope it stays in that 1.5 to 2.5, because over his last 5 games, Michael Porter Jr. has been lighting it up. 46% from behind the arc over his last 5 games, and he's knocking down 3 a game, 4 a game, 5 a game in some of these games, and he's taking shots. He's not 1 for 2, 50% from 3. He's taken 6 attempts, 10, 8, 9, 6, 9, 8. That's not my zip code. Those are his 3-point attempts. So Michael Porter Jr. is definitely in play. Super early first look. Let's see what that prop looks like. Obviously, Jokic is in play. We'll see what his props look like. He hit his fantasy score last game, even though he didn't hit his point prop. So that's how he can get it done. He can get a triple-double on like 3 shots, you know? He's amazing. So we'll see what his line looks like. I do like the fact that they're in Orlando, and Denver doesn't have the home court advantage, so hopefully Orlando can keep it close enough. Now, I don't like a whole lot on the Orlando side, but I will let you know that I do like what I see from the Orlando starters, because they're all getting time on the floor. Like, they're all playing 30 minutes a game, and then they got a very young team. And they're really trying to build, with these young players, Banchero, Wagner, even Fultz, Fultz is in there. And so looking at that last game against the Knicks, they lost that game. However, they were in that game to the very end. Look, the starters are over 30 minutes. They're taking a ton of shots. So that's what you want from a team. You want their starters to be in there for a long time. You want them to take all the shots, soak up all the usage. If they're doing those things, then there's always a chance of them hitting their props. If Banchero's rebounds are at 6.5 again, I like that as well. We'll see what they look like when they're released tomorrow. All right, moving over to Phoenix and Atlanta. I like this game a lot because Atlanta is terrible at grabbing rebounds. They don't grab any rebounds. 28th overall, 24th over offensive rebounds, 28th over defensive rebounds, 24th in the NBA in field goals made. When I hear those rebounding stats, I think about DeAndre Ayton, and I immediately want to just play him right now. If we get his props tomorrow in or around where they were versus Brooklyn, 32 PRA, 28 rebounds and points, and 10.5 rebounds, I like those all day long. Look at what Jonas Valanciunas did to this Atlanta team. 16 and 14 in just 26 minutes. 16 points, 14 boards. 26 minutes, that's all it took. Ayton can do that, for sure. So I like Ayton's... I like his upside in this game. Now, on the Phoenix side, Phoenix does very little wrong. They're pretty solid across the board. However, you can score on them. Look what Cam Thomas did, 40 points. Look what Nick Claxton did, monster fantasy game against this Phoenix team with Ayton in the lineup, right? Now, Capella is not that kind of guy anymore, but can he give you 12 and 15? Can he give you 31 PRA? Can he give you a double-double, a few block shots? Can he put up 35 fantasy points? We'll see what his props look like tomorrow, but I think he's in play. Can Trae Young or DeJounte Murray go off like Cam Thomas went off? Can they put up 35, 40 points? You can score on this Phoenix team. So we'll see what those props look like. Hopefully Trae Young comes out and scores. He put up a ton of assists. But I think they're going to need both of those guys to score to beat Phoenix tomorrow. Even though they're at home, Phoenix is a tough team. They're getting healthier. They look like a different team with Booker in that lineup, and Ayton is on a new level, man. Like, he's playing with some confidence right now. So that Phoenix team looks nasty right now. All right, going in Chicago, Brooklyn. Brooklyn hosts the Bulls. I think there's a chance that DeMar DeRozan gets moved, and I don't think he's happy in Chicago. At least that's what the NBA rumor mill is saying. But if he gets moved, this whole offense looks different. But we don't worry about who replaces DeRozan. We look at who's going to soak up his usage, and that's going to be Vucevic and LaVine. Vucevic is coming off a career night. Monster fantasy point. Put up like 70 fantasy points, I think. Insane production from Vooch. So we look at those props, his rebounds, his PRA, points and rebounds. And then we look at LaVine. 3-pointers, points. If for some reason DeMar DeRozan is not in the lineup. If he is in the lineup, it's DeMar DeRozan's obviously in play against this Brooklyn defense. But Chicago right now is giving up a ton of defensive boards. They're number 23 in the NBA in defensive rebounds allowed. Did I say that correctly? They're number 23 in the NBA in getting defensive rebounds. Yeah. And they're also 24th in the NBA in three-pointers made. They don't defend the three very well. So, give up a lot of boards. They give up a lot of threes. Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton. I like their fantasy upside here. They're in play. As well as Spencer Dinwiddie, who's making his Brooklyn debut. I don't think Cam Thomas puts up 30 shots a game anymore. But I still think a lot of the offense goes through him. And it'll be interesting to see how he and Dinwiddie run that backcourt tomorrow. All right, last game on the slate, and it is my least favorite game. It is Milwaukee versus the Lakers. I think there's a chance that LeBron sits out this game. He looked real tired at the end of that game. I think his foot was hurting him or something like that. Russell Westbrook just got traded. My question is, who soaks up his usage off the bench versus OKC? He came off the bench for 28 minutes and 27 points, took 19 shots. Where does that production get distributed? Who is taking Russell Westbrook's place? Because D'Angelo Russell is not suiting up tomorrow. So, at least for one game, they're going to be a little shorthanded. And if LeBron James sits, this game could be nasty. But I am interested to see which one of these bench players, these second unit guys, gets put in the starting lineup, and then how this bench looks tomorrow, because we might be able to target some low props on some of these new guys coming in to the rotation. And then on the Milwaukee side, they're strong. They're too strong, man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to target them. Yeah, I don't even want to look at Giannis's props tomorrow. I think they're going to be too high. I don't even think he'll need to play in the fourth quarter, especially if LeBron sits. So we'll see what these props look like tomorrow, but a little interested in how this rotation looks for the Lakers tomorrow. If we can get some good lines on some of these second unit guys, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, Rui, whoever, Schroeder, we'll see what his prop looks like tomorrow. I think those guys are in play. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight's early look and research video. Thanks a lot for stopping by the channel and just talking NBA props with me. Really, really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you have your eye on anybody right now. What team are you looking to target? Also, let me know what you think about these early looks and observations into tomorrow's slate. We're talking about a few guys that stand out to us: Ayton, Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton, Vooch, DeRozan, LaVine, Michael Porter Jr., just to name a few. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel again. Truly, truly appreciate the support and helping this channel grow every single day. So exciting. So appreciative of every one of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And until the next video, the final look video, Chavez is out.